Consolation since about 2000. 10 years ago, I got married, and to the band director of A Sign of the Times, with whom I had been working since about 2001. We started a nonprofit in 2006 called A Sign of the Times of the Carolinas. We keep Black history alive through music, dance, and spoken word. So our byline is we preserve the legacy.
I've been a parishioner at Our Lady of Consolation for about maybe 15, 16 years, maybe a little bit before Toni got here, I think. Moved down from Washington, D.C., where we attended the Catholic Church there. Toni and I have been singing in this choir and singing at the church and Sign of the Times for a long time.
A Sign of the Times needed a male vocalist and invited Rocky because I knew Rocky had had a group of his own in D.C.
Right.
Just from our having conversations, and I knew that. So I knew that transition from church to the jazz that we were doing with the Sign of the Times would be easy.
We're a group of musicians that come from a time period where a lot of Black history happened. And, you know, for us, it's like, okay, we live that, we understand it, we have a mission to make sure that that legacy carries on to the next generation so that they understand how we got to where we are and how they can help continue to preserve that legacy.
We don't just do music that you think of as African American
Right.
music. We understand, and this is why our nonprofit is so important, because we use our programs to help teach our community that the African diaspora is
Pretty big.
wide. You're talking about Brazil, you're talking about Puerto Rico, you're talking
Cuba.
about
Cuba, yeah.
Cuba. So all of these, the music of all of these countries, as well as the African continent and the United States, that music is what ties us together now.
Therein lies my connection to my faith, because it took me a while to understand what that gift was. And once I really sort of got it, and I began to see how people utilize what my gift to help themselves and to help other people. So once I sort of locked into that, I was like, okay, God, I get it.
Touch my heart, touch my soul, touch my mind, I need you, touch my life.
When I joined A Sign of the Times in 2001, it was 3 months after my mother had died. And I've been singing a long time, even professionally, in Winston-Salem, in Sumter, South Carolina, in Raleigh, in Chapel Hill. But it was all about singing, just singing, you know, using my voice, using my gift. Going through the experience of my mother dying and how that stretched my faith, I realized that if I'm going to sing, then it's got to be for a reason deeper than just singing. In terms of my faith, much like Rocky, I realized that what God has given me, if I keep it in like the servants with the talents, then it's going to be taken away. And I was much too old by that point to just party to party. So it was time to party with a purpose and to tell a story. So everything we do is about a story. Either it's about our lives, the lives of our ancestors, the lives of our community, everything.
What is this? What is it you're going to sing?
It's a song called In Times Like These.
And what's the significance of it? Who taught you that song?
My dad taught me the song. It was his favorite, one of his favorite hymns. It's appropriate, I think, today. Because there's so much turmoil. I worry about children, old and young, every day, particularly children of color, and what they face every day. Our children now don't know that they have to have armor on. So they're wounded.
Amen.
Because they don't know the armor to put on, because we haven't taught them. In times like these, we need a Savior. This rock is Jesus. Yes, he's the one. Be very sure your anchor holds and grips the solid